Hey guys, what's going on? As promised, we got a Facebook Live coming at you today. Eyes are starting to get a little bag at the end of the week. January is always insane as a fitness pro. That's right though, I have my caffeine. So I asked both in the Facebook group and then on here, what should we have for a topic today? So we had a virtual tie between minimizing fat gain during a bulk and optimizing productivity, making sure you're able to get things done. Hey Garrett, what's up, brother? But since we had a tie, I'm gonna do one Facebook Live right now. Then I'm gonna do one more tomorrow at 3:30 Mountain Standard Time. So stay tuned for that tomorrow. We'll talk about productivity and that stuff then. But we're gonna hammer out fat loss today. Before we dive into that, couple notes. Caffeine is rolling, like I said. You boys got a squat workout coming on. I'm not wearing any pants right now, but I just have my compressions on. Got to go for a big front squat single. Had a really good workout last week and ended up smoking like 345 for a single on a front squat. I thought my legs were going to explode, but it was good. Beyond that, Green Bay keeps winning in the playoffs. I'm super stoked. I almost pulled the trigger on tickets and went to Atlanta, but I'm heading down to South Florida next week, and I've got to get shit done. So that's a downer, but good luck to all the teams that are playing this next week. And just one more personal note. Last night I had the opportunity to have dinner with a number of entrepreneurs here in Denver, including Adam Bornstein of Born Fitness and Charles Polkwin, among others. And Charles, huge influencer on me, so that was really cool. But one thing I'm trying to do this year is get out of my comfort zone a little bit more, and this means having conversations with people that before I saw as idols, and I still do, but getting out of my comfort zone and just sitting there and listening to these other people who are doing things that I want to do. And just trying to listen and learn. And to be honest, I was kind of blown away and shell-shocked the entire time. But guys, let's get down to it. So when it comes to maximizing fat loss during a bulk, one area where a lot of people struggle is they follow what I like to call the seafood diet. You've probably heard a similar term before. But the idea of the seafood diet is all of a sudden it's bulking season, you want to add 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds of muscle, and you decide, I'm just going to eat everything in sight. And the thought process goes, the more calories I eat, the more I can grow. But unfortunately, the answer isn't quite so cut and dry, because your body does have a limited capacity to build lean muscle, especially with excess calories coming in. So just like there's a limit to how much you can train in one day, especially as a natural guy, to really see the muscle gains that you're looking for, there is a limit to how much you can eat to maximize the lean gains that you're going to have. For example, training 3 or 4 hours per day is not going to yield more gains in lean muscle because there's a big chance you're not going to be able to recover from the training. So instead of more or less just going for all the calories you can potentially get, follow a lean bulking approach. So instead of going, let me just do a quick calculation for you guys. So a very basic way we're looking at calculating maintenance calories for somebody who's going to go from a maintaining body weight to a lean bulk is we'll take body weight in pounds times 16. And like I said, this is just an equation. It's not an absolute, but it just gives us an excellent idea of what a maintenance caloric amount could be for that person, and then adding 300 to 400 calories adding 300 to 400 calories to that amount to get enough to build lean muscle. So say, for example, your maintenance calories are 2,700. If you want to build muscle, your first job should be to bump up to about 3,000. Not make a bump all the way up to 4,000, 5,000, because your body is not going to be able to adapt to that many calories, and those excessive calories are going to be stored more likely as fat than lean muscle. I think we would all rather gain 8 pounds of lean muscle and 2 pounds of fat, but have it take 2 months longer, than gain 10 pounds but only have 2 of it being lean muscle. Like that if you agree. Like that if you agree. Too much caffeine, but with that in mind, right now, if you're here, I would just take a minute and calculate your maintenance calories. Think body weight in pounds times 16 to 18. That's going to give you a good range. Now, add that 300 on top. That's what you should shoot for in terms of your caloric amount if you want to maintain lean muscle but not gain excess fat during a bulk. From there, I would give that a shot for a week and just see how much your weight is going up. One thing that we'll do with our clients is we'll see, are they gaining a pound-ish, pound and a half, 2 pounds per week? If they're not, we're going to increase the calories by 150. You know, it's impossible to not have some fat gain during a bulk. All my screens is timed out, so I can't see your comments. 1 second. But by having just a slight bump is going to allow you to see, you know, am I building lean tissue, or are my waist measurements going up, or am I getting a little fluffy, am I getting soft? So just take a very gradual approach. So maintenance calories plus 300, and then plus 150 if you are gaining lean muscle, but you want to amplify the process a little bit. Now, at the same time, if you are doing a lean bulk and the calories are adding up a little bit too quickly, and you find that your waist measurements are going up, your fat's hanging out over the side of your jeans, you know, all the things that we don't want, then bump this number, that 300 number, back. So you would back it off from maintenance calories plus 150 rather than 300. That's going to give you a slight bump in calories, but not enough to the point where it's going to be overwhelming and too much for your body to adapt to. Because at the same time, when we're having excess calories, we do want to maximize insulin sensitivity throughout the process, so we're able to maintain lean muscle and continue building that lean muscle rather than just piling on a bunch of body fat. Big takeaway in terms of the diet, in terms of maximizing lean bulk, is more calories does not mean more growth. You do have a limited number of calories that your body can take in and adapt to, and it does gradually build up as you increase calories. But don't more or less go for everything all at once. Try to clean out every buffet. Build slowly and build lean. That's the way to do it. Beyond that, in terms of training, if you want to minimize fat gain during a bulk, we talk about adding in some anabolic metcon or conditioning. I'm not even sure why I use the term anabolic metcon. I think it's just a way for me to feel smarter than I actually am. But anabolic metcon is more or less just another phrase for high intensity intervals, the high intensity conditioning work. During a bulk, what I would look at doing is give or take maybe 2 times per week, where you're really focusing on getting your activity level up. And this doesn't have to be a 30-minute like sprint session, anything crazy like that, but incorporate something like 8 to 10 sets of hill sprints. You can do these on a treadmill. I'm going to post a link right now that's going to help you guys out for that, with a few of my favorite anabolic metcon workouts. But sprinting, jumping rope, sled work, complexes, those are all excellent options for you to be able to get some of that conditioning stuff in and minimize the fat gain that you're going to have throughout the process. So just keep it simple. Slowly add bulk very gradually rather than going for all the food at once, and then make sure your conditioning is still part of the process. I prefer to do some of the high intensity work because it's going to help prime the nervous system. It's going to help increase release of growth hormone and some of those things that are also going to benefit levels of leanness while you're adding muscle. So with that, I'm going to post that link. But guys, if you have any questions at the moment, please drop them below, and I'll make sure I get to them. Conditioning. This is the most awkward part of doing a Facebook Live, when you try to add something in on the links, and you know you're live on TV, but you're not even looking at the camera. Okay, so trick myself with that. So what are you guys up to in your training right now? Who is training for lean muscle? Who's trying to lose fat? Interesting at the gym right now, I'm seeing a lot of people that I haven't seen before. Not a big surprise with January, but just talking with a couple of the guys in there. Most aren't trying to really cut down at this point. They're just trying to do a long-term sustainable lean bulk. So, you know, what that tells me is a lot of the good information is coming out in the industry these days on how to do things properly and maintain that healthy lifestyle. And then having body composition be a byproduct is really starting to get through. So, shit. All right, guys. Well, not getting any questions, so I'm going to head out of here. But thank you very much for joining. I will be back tomorrow. We're going to talk productivity. We're going to talk overcoming information overload, and then setting up some systems so you can maximize productivity, and you can take that principle, you know, directly from, you know, from business to training to having more time to do things that you enjoy. But luckily, I've been able to juggle a couple tasks at once, and it's something that I've put a lot of energy into. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, and have a great day.